All right, Victor Daniel with Handball Social. I'm here with Timothy Gonzalez, notably one of the best handball players in the world. Timothy, recently you were at the King of the Courts, and you played Tavo, and you actually suffered an injury at that point, and right now you're rehabilitating, right?
Yes.
How do you feel since that happened in July, right?
Yes, July 23rd.
So I saw you play the game yesterday, and you're coming back. You look pretty good for someone that didn't play for a couple of months.
Yeah, I tried out a game yesterday, and my timing was a little off, but I feel way better. I wanted to see how it feels to get back into the game and just try to get back. That same strategy I had and same shots, but my timing was off. It's a start. It's a work in progress, and I just have to keep working on it.
What actually happened to you in July? What happened to your?
I was playing Tavo, which is a top singles player, probably the second best single player out there. We had a very intense match. I played a lot of games, a lot of tough games. It was hot out there, so I had to prepare the body and get myself ready for the games. He pushed me to the limit. We had a very close game. As I was going for a shot, I put a lot of power into my shot, because the guys are very fast players. So if you don't really put power behind your shots to make them force a shot, like you're not gonna get the ball by the guy. So I went for a really hard shot to drive right down the right side of my body. And as I was going for the shot, he was anticipating the shot and he ran in, and my follow through. My thumb just jammed up on the side of his hip bone, and it was like instant impact. As soon as it hit, I felt my whole body just get numb, and right.
You actually started playing opposite hand.
Yes, as soon as I felt that stiffness on the whole right side of my body, instantly I knew something happened. So I'm like, wow, what can I do right now? This is a bad time for this to happen because. We're literally points away, to determine the winner of the game. And
yeah, you guys were over 20, right? It was 20, 20.
Yeah, it was the score was about 21-20 at the time. He was in the lead, and I'm like, wow, my adrenaline is running. I'm like, I know if I call a timeout, the injury is gonna bother me more.
Yeah.
I have to keep playing while my adrenaline is running.
Gotcha.
So I just I didn't panic. A lot of people would panic in a situation like that, or they would give up and say, I forfeit, I can't play. So I just told myself just stay focused. Whatever the outcome is gonna happen regardless. Just stay focused. So I started playing with my left hand. I know that if I was to serve to his left hand, he has way better returns with his left hand.
Yeah.
So my technique was to serve to his right hand. That way, if he goes for a drive down the right side of the line, I can kind of backpedal and go for an inside-out shot or hit it in front of me and give myself a chance of winning the volley, or give myself a better chance of, keeping the ball from giving him a setup that he can capitalize on and getting me down.
Yeah.
So I started serving that way, and he was actually returning the ball more to my left.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know what was going through his mind at that time. I don't know. He probably thought I was faking an injury, so he didn't want to go to my right. But who knows? I can't really tell what was going on through his mind. So he kept returning the ball to my left, and I just went for the 1-2 shot, and it ended up working in my favor.
Yeah, you wound up winning the game.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think the thing that made me win that game was that I didn't really put too much thought on the injury at the time. I didn't panic right away. And I guess that's from experience, being in a lot of games and a lot of close matches, that kind of kicks in at the moment and it helps you. From all that experience, you just gain and you get better, in the future.
Yeah. When did you start playing handball?
I started playing handball. I tried it out at 8 years old in a local park that I used to live at. This neighborhood. Kingsbridge, the area is called. It's in the Bronx, near the Fort Train. The park is called St. James. There was a lot of players that was very intense and aggressive.
Okay.
And I see that, and I'm a competitor, so I seen a lot of players. They go into the game, and it's everybody wanted to win. They would literally like do whatever it takes. You see these guys, throwing themselves on the floor just to pick up a shot.
Yep.
Like they're just pushing their body to the limit. All I remember after every game was like I would see somebody bleeding on their knees from scrapes, having cuts in their hand from constant impact of hitting the ball hard. Like they're just dripping sweat, tired, and like those was like all the things I
You stayed at that park, or you started?
I stayed there for a while. So the first time I hit the ball was 8, and at first I was just hitting the ball with friends, the same age category as me, and we always had there was these guys that would play in my park, and they were eight play level players, but they just never ventured out and really play outside of my park. They were just local park players. But these guys was very talented, very experienced. They played amongst the best, like Rookie, the Dave Rojas's, the Wildman Riggs, and all the great players that were out there, Emmett and Buddy and Fred. So like they had experience, but they just always stayed in the park, and they were more of like they were like a family. Like no matter how things were like inside of the game and how intense like and emotional things got. After the game, like they would just, hey, let's go, let's go to the store, let's grab a bite, let's go, they would just.
They were tight with each other.
Exactly. So like they didn't let the game and the egos and the game get to them outside of the court, and that's what I like best about it. So, like they will always guide me the right way. So like having that was like I want to feel like I'm a part of something. I want to play the sport. I want to have fun. It's a great workout. And I also want to feel like I have people there to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Which, I had all of that in one park. So I'm like, let me try this out. So I started playing. And these guys will always give me advice. And then until I felt like I was ready to venture on, I had this guy, his name was Yusuf. We know him well as Webb.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very respectable man, and everybody know him. He has a big heart. And he would always talk to me. We would talk after the game. He would tell me what I do wrong. And I would just listen and like really listen, because I'm very observant. I like to, get input on what people see from outside of the game. Because we all play the game, and just because, we might think we know what we're doing right, you can never really, question somebody that's watching the game from the outside. They always see the things that are missing.
Yup.
So what happened was, we would always talk, and I would always like listen to his advice, and I would try it. And it ended up working for me in the long run. Then I told him, look, you know what I want to do? I want to try venturing out and playing against all different style of players and getting that experience. But I would never enter a tournament unless I felt like I was ready. Because not that I didn't want to embarrass myself, it's just...
What was your first tournament?
My first major tournament was in the B division.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing in the B division with a partner.
What year was that?
I would say that was around 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started playing in the B division 2008, and I think I won my first tournament ever, and it felt good. Like
what was the park that you had?
I think it was Van Cortlandt Park, which was also a local park for me. That's where I would go play at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I had home field advantage, like I knew the courts really well.
Mm-hmm.
And that court is a fast-paced game. Like the ball really has a live bounce to that court. So like that.
And that was
like
B singles or was it B?
Yeah, it was a B singles. So
okay.
I won. I think they had like about 74 players.
Wow.
And I won the tournament. It was actually a PHA tournament, and I won the tournament. And like it was just like the feeling. It was like it felt good to win.
Yeah.
It was like wow, like I felt like I accomplished something. Like a lot of great players from throughout the city. Queens, Staten Island, Long Island, Manhattan, Brooklyn. And the Bronx. It was held in the Bronx. Like all these players came out, and like I felt like I accomplished something. Like wow, like it felt good to win. I won a trophy. I won prize money. I got bragging rights. I got a lot of pictures. Just a lot of people coming up to me like, wow, congratulations, you played amazing. Like just soaking in all of that. It felt good, and I'm like, wow, like this, like I could get used to this feeling. It feels good.
When you won that first one, did you go back into another one real quick? Another tournament?
Yeah, the very next week was doubles. And I had this really good doubles partner. His name was Carlito, also known as Los. He was way more experienced than me in games. He grew up playing against the older guys from, in all the different boroughs, and I will always hear, listen, this guy is really good. You guys should pair up. And one day we just had a talk because he also grew up with my parents, so he was like this kid is ready. Like he has the drive, he has the energy. He's fast, he's athletic, and he's like, I think we should team up. Like we should try it out. And me and him tried it out, and we won also.
Were you guys classed as A's at that time, or you guys?
I wasn't. He was. A lot of people were saying that he's an undercover A player. Like he has enough experience to be ranked as an A, but he never really played in a lot of tournaments like that. So
I see him playing now.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they couldn't certify him because he didn't play in enough tournaments. So you can't say we're just gonna stamp you as an A player.
Right.
Like he had no titles at that time, so it was like they had no choice but to accept him playing with me. Gotcha. And me and him, we actually dominated the B season, man. It was sick because it was like we just I was willing to ask him, but pride was there. He was willing to ask me, and pride was there. But one day we just chopped it up, and he's like, "Let's do it," and we just ended up linking, and we told each other like, "I was gonna ask you. It's crazy that you asked me first." And he's like, "Let's put all that to the side," and we tried it out. It ended up benefiting us. We gained a lot of titles. We probably lost 2 or 3 tournaments out of about 30 of them.
Wow.
Which wasn't bad.
When did they finally give you your A card? And
well, they kicked us out right away. When we started winning,
they kicked you out.
Yeah, when we was winning so much that the Saha organization, which is also St. Albans, which is the white and all the people from the Queens area, they were already saying that they're gonna limit us in the amount of tournaments we play in, which was held by organizations, and they were telling us you guys are too good for this division. It's time to branch you out and make you guys move up to the pro level and play against top players and see how you guys.
So give you your A cards.
Exactly, and certain tournaments even though we didn't have the A cards right away, certain tournaments they didn't want us to play.
They were turning you down.
Yeah, and they were telling us, "Oh, you guys got to spot teams 7 points." Ugh. And we're like, 7 points? That's
seriously.
We're the guys that everybody's trying to beat. You give these guys 7 points, they're gonna play their hearts out to try to beat us. They already got 7 points. It's bad enough that they're gunning for us, So, we actually challenged ourselves one time, and we entered a tournament like that, facing elimination in the second round. We played a team, and they had us about point game 3. And I just remember calling the time on wow, we're about to lose. And it's not that the team was that good. It's just
you had a lot of points against
their confidence level, against it. When you're at a level of play where you play against a player that might not be so good, but it's they just step up to the plate because they're competitive and they're I have a point to prove.
Yeah.
And they were just nah, we're gonna try to take these guys out. We end up overcoming, that lead and coming back and winning the game 21-20, and we end up winning the tournament, spotting everybody in the tournament 7 points, which, it was really hard. And right there when we did that, that showed everybody, you guys are on a different level. So we branched out. I had to start playing with different partners because they wouldn't let me in.
Even if you got an A card, they wouldn't let you play in the pros with the same dude?
No. We didn't get the A cards yet.
Gotcha. So you still had to branch out, and they still wouldn't let you play.
So, we didn't play together after that. I played with a few different players. I also won. He didn't really play in that many, but I kept playing, And as soon as we got the A cards, I remember my first year that the first day I was awarded my A card. I played in a tournament with another B player that was a top B player at the time. His name was Mikey. Also known as PSP. He's another good player.
Seen him. He's very good.
He was very aggressive. He was just like me. He didn't care who he played on the court. He just wanted to win. And he asked me to play with him in the Opens, and I said, you know what? Let's give it a try. We got nothing to lose. We just got awarded our A card. Let's see how we do against the pros. And our first tournament, we ended up playing and we actually won. It was great.
What was the final? You know who the final was?
We played in the finals. We played on... oh, man. I want to say Pee Wee and Ray Lopez.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was... oh, no. Pee Wee and Ray Lopez was to get into the finals. That game was so crazy and intense. We beat them on 25-23. We end up playing Thavo and Carlene to win the tournament.
Wow.
As B players. And we actually beat them also like 21.
So these guys also have their A cards now. Carlene,
yes.
Thavo.
At the time they were already A players. We was, jumping into the pro division at that time.
Who would you say is your toughest competitor? Present, and then we'll talk about the past.
Present, I would say Thavo.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says, he has this hump to climb to get over to beat me because they're saying that he respects me too much. I don't think that's the reason he doesn't, get the win over me. I would say it's more of a style of play. Like he's in tremendous shape. The guy works out. His form is relentless. He's fast. He's just as fast as me. He's just as equal to playing ambidextrous as me. He has 2 equal hands. And
are you guys both the same age?
Yeah, we're probably about 2-3 years apart.
Okay.
But the thing is, my will to win, I feel like that puts more pressure on the player. No matter how good they are, how talented they are, just me always being aggressive. I feel like at a point, it has to wear somebody down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it does. The guy, I struggle with him. There's times, that I just get hot and I take over the game and the games is not close. But when he comes on his A game and he's prepared and he's focused, I struggle with him just for the fact that he's just as equal as me with, 2 good hands. He's fast. He anticipates very well. And he capitalizes on shots. He's a very cautious player.
Yeah.
And me, if I'm not making my shots, I have to come up with a plan B,
Yeah.
But just me always playing at the same pace is gonna wear somebody down. So I think that's the real reason why he can't really at the last few points he can't get over the hump.
Right, I've seen that.
Yeah, how aggressive.
I've seen him beat you very seldomly on film. I don't know how many actual games you guys have on record with each other.
He has some wins on me. He in singles tournament, he beat me once in the singles tournament.
Who do you think is the toughest competitor you had coming up in the ranks? Who was that guy that you had to get?
To be honest, Rookie. Because it was at that time he was the man to beat.
Yep.
And I respected his game. He was a very great player, very smart player, very experienced. And me and him, I wouldn't say we had the same game, but our mindset was to always be textbook, not go for the craziest shots.
Mm-hmm.
Just win off basic shots and, percentage. Give yourself a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
Hustle for every shot, play hard every shot, and just go for what you know. Don't go for the most craziest shots.
Right, you see a lot of guys trying to do that.
Yeah, they try too much. They switch up their shots. Oh, look, I wanted to go for this, but last minute I'll switch up my shots. We just go for what we know. And consistency is what's going to win the game most of the time. The odds are better when you're more consistent.
Absolutely.
So me and him, we always had that mindset. And, he beat me a whole bunch of times, but I was never afraid to play him.
Right.
And at a young age, I started beating him. And right there, once I realized I could hang with him, I'm like, when I was 17, at that time, I was getting wins on him consistently more than anybody. There was not a player that was beating him as consistent as
Was there anybody in that category as him besides Rookie?
No. Not that I recall, no. But he just...
There you go.
I think what helped Rookie a lot in his game was how he can manipulate the game. He can talk trash to a player and just get their focus out of the game. I seen players really focus and playing really good against him.
Yeah.
And he'll go up to them and he'll just break their focus. He's like, "Wow, you playing amazing," but the key factor is, can you pull out the game?
Right.
And he would
exactly.
And he would say it in a laughing manner and kind of crack their focus and make them
I seen that.
Smile and to me that's
he used to play with chairs in his hand.
Yeah, and that's what made
that's intimidating.
That's what made him different from all the rest. He can really get inside your mind and he can crack your focus level. And that made him stand out.
What about the future? Who do you think? Because you're on the top now. You're winning. In fact, I was about to say they're probably very happy now, the Tavos and all these other top guys, because you're not playing. So now that there's some room to make some money for them, you know what I mean? Because you were winning all the tournaments, taking all the top purses.
Yeah, ever since I've been injured and I've been out, there's nobody, consistently winning. There's been a lot of different
I see that.
winning. But like I might not have been at the events to watch, but I watch, on live stream Facebook and I see the post or if they post up the game on YouTube, I'm watching it and I always study my opponents no matter what, just to see, what I have to come up against when I get back into the game. And to be honest, like a lot of people, they stepped up, they're playing better. You can see they have more hunger to win the games. And I like that because now it's like I see these guys, they're just getting better and better and they're playing, more hungry. And I like that. I want to come in and...
Who do you think the future is? Who do you think is going to be the toughest guy for you to... Because you're getting older now and you got these guys that are getting younger.
It depends. There's a lot of, new up-and-coming players that are really good, two good hands. These guys are playing more.
What about like a David Velez? You faced him in the King of the Courts.
Yeah, he has talent.
He has talent. He didn't finish you. You definitely...
The thing is with them is that I believe that I will always have a step ahead of them because of experience.
Yeah.
These kids don't have the experience of different styles that I grew up playing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, not that I'm saying they can't get that experience fast, but it's going to take a while because when I was coming up, like, it was all there. And all you had to do was just go get it. Nowadays, a lot of these kids, they pick and choose their game.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get that experience right away because you're picking and choosing games.
You got to play everybody.
Yeah, you got to play different styles and really go out there. Like, go to Long Island and play people. Go to, Coney Island and play people. Go to West Forth. Go to Castle Hill. Like, play against the top guys. These guys are not doing that. They're sticking to their division. So it's going to take way longer for them to do.
They're not going to get rounded.
Exactly. So that's what's going to help me in the future.
Where are your favorite spots to play? Where do you like to play?
I like to play in West Forth. It's just, that atmosphere. You have, it's a big tourist area. You have a lot of people that, come from, Europe and, all different parts of the world, and they come on the gate and they see how intense the games are, and they watch. You got the basketball players, that they have their little Nike tournaments, and they have, a lot of basketball celebrities that come and see us playing, and they come on the gate and watch. It's just a good environment to play. I like, being watched.
Yeah.
Also, so West Forth is one of my favorite places to play. Coney Island, it's right on the boardwalk. You go play. You got a lot of guys, that gamble and they play a lot of intense games. After that, you can just, go up on the boardwalk and relax. Go grab a good bite on the boardwalk. To be honest, those two places so far. At nighttime, we have these night courts in Brooklyn and St. John's. It's in Crown Heights area. A lot of players, that work and come out of work late, but they want to get their workout in and go play handball. They go there, so you could catch a lot of good games there. I like actually, in the summer, I go there and train a lot because they have a track right behind it. I'll go run the track a couple miles, play some games, call it a night, and go home.
Do you play any steam ball? Do you play any four wall?
Yeah, I play. I played four wall. I play small ball. I play 3 wall. I've tried steam ball. I've tried pump ball. I try all those different versions of the game, just to help me.
Yeah.
Just to grab something that I know I normally wouldn't do in one wall, and I just grab it and put it into my arsenal. So that's the reason why I play, all those versions.
So handball, it's a full-time profession for you?
Yes.
So that's where your income is coming from?
Yes.
Wow. And how many sponsors have you had in the years?
I've gained a couple, probably 4 or 5. Red Bull stand by me, all the time. They're like a big family. They help me with whatever I need. They get me to all these events, out of the States and overseas, to have me go out there, and showcase my talent, and also gain the experience from playing, outside of my city. So Red Bull always been there for me. They help me out with whatever I need, and it feels great to have, somebody supporting me like that. Also my family, my friends. I have a big following, and all those things, I appreciate. I never thought like I would get to that point, but it's just like, you never know what to expect.
Exactly. Fans want to see you. Where's your go-to park? Like, where do you usually play? Is it a St. John's? Is it a West Forth?
You can catch me at West Forth, a lot of the times. because I have, you know, friends that I go over there and I just hang out with. Even if I'm not going to play, I'll go watch some games and just hang out, you know, with some of my friends there. So I can always get caught, you know, there. You know, they can catch me there. Also, Castle Hill sometimes also.
Do you prefer singles as your game, or do you like doubles?
I like doubles. I like doubles for the fact that, you know, more of the court is you know, closed in, you know, because it's 4 players and you have to really have more strategy to get the ball by your opponent, and it's a team effort, you know. I like to help, you know, my partner and just kind of like, you know, give him the idea of the game. Like, listen, do this will work, you know. Just kind of help him build up his game, or give him the strategy that's going to help him, you know, when he's not playing with a player like me.
Who do you like to team up with now?
I play with different people all the time. I've never been the type to tell a player, hey, I'm not going to play with you just because you're not on my level. Okay. Or just because I feel like you can't.
Nah, but I see you playing with Alan a lot. He seems to have good chemistry with you.
Me and Alan, we've been playing together a lot since I was a B player and he was already in the pros. He's always been very talented. He has crazy shot selection, very good reflexes.
And he likes to play support, which a lot of righties don't like to play support.
He just, you know, he lacks on sometimes, like, he gets too caught up. Like say he's having a bad game, like he gets too caught up on focusing on that. And I try to like Alan, don't worry about that. Like, as much as hard as I am on him, it's because I know his full potential. And that's why, you know, I might be aggressive and come up to him like, Alan, come on, like, I need you to step up to the plate. But it's not, you know, because I think, like, you know, he's bad or anything. It's because I know his full potential. I want to bring that out of him. Yeah. You know, I want to get him mad and have him be more aggressive. And you know, it might not work for a lot of players, but for me, that it works. So, and he knows that I don't do it on purpose. So
in doubles, do you prefer to pick up a righty or a lefty, or do you?
I'd rather a righty than a lefty.
Really? Okay.
They let me control,
why is that?
They let me control more of the court and the play. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot when you play with a lot of righties. Generally, a righty usually likes to pick up a lefty. Yeah. But you seem like you like to take, and I see you a lot of times on the side, and you're able to catch. You're able to cover both sides. Which
I can cover most of the court, so it makes it easier for me.
And you use them more of a blocking. You know.
Yeah, that's always been my strategy to hide the ball. I mean, your body's a weapon. You use it to your advantage. You know.
What kind of advice would you like to give to like the younger players playing out there now, just coming up in the ranks?
For them to just stick with the sport, man. It's a great sport. You know, it's a great workout. That's first. It's a full body workout. It makes you think, so it's perfect for the mind. You know, you gotta go in there with a game plan. It gives you, you know, experience, and you learn new things, you know, new strategies. You meet new people. You have different type of relationships. Like you can put handball like into your life, and it'll just teach you things, you know, like life lessons, like, you know, how to like, you know, be respectful on the court, you know, how to, you know, cherish, you know, tough games, how to be a team player, you know. So, you know, you got all those things, like different things that you can, like, you know, have these youngins go out there and just soak all that in and have them use that, you know, for life lessons and stuff like that, or whatever they need it for.
Well, we're looking forward to your recovery. We're looking forward to seeing you on the court. Thanks for coming down today. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you at the next major events.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Have a great day.
Thank you.